The morning sun floods the kitchen as Gloria stirs a pot, a domestic tableau interrupted by Dora's digital distraction. Gloria's maternal decree cuts through the morning calm. Dora, get off your phone. I swear, if I see you on that thing one more time before breakfast, I'm taking away your screen time for the whole week. Joe Jr.'s clandestine desire for a meat pie is voiced in a mumbled plea. Just one bite. Gloria's sharp rebuke halts Joe Jr.'s culinary heist. Joe Jr., put that pie down. You know you're supposed to wait until after church. Pastor Joe's jovial announcement sets the family in motion. All right, everybody, rise and shine. We're leaving for church in 30 minutes. Let's get a move on. Gloria challenges Pastor Joe, questioning the time constraints with a touch of sarcasm. 30 minutes? Joe, honey, that doesn't even give me enough time to find all my earrings, let alone get presentable enough to sit in the front row and listen to your sermons. Dora battles her eyeliner, brow furrowed in intense concentration amidst the whirlwind of chaotic energy. Joe Jr. polishes his sneakers, a picture of nervous anticipation. Oscar, a whirlwind of chaotic energy, sports mismatched socks and a bright red Spider-Man cape. Pastor Joe eyes Oscar skeptically, questioning, Oscar, are you sure that's appropriate attire for the occasion? Gloria's voice cuts through the chaos. Joe, where are the car keys? We need to leave now, Joe Jr. confesses sheepishly. About that, I might have lost them this week. Oscar triumphantly declares, I put them in the toilet. I was baptizing them. Inside the cramped car, Gloria's frustration is palpable as she grips the steering wheel. Dora, oblivious, primps in the rearview mirror, retouching her flawless facade. Joe Jr. chomps noisily on snacks, his lack of consideration adding to the rising tension. Oscar, wedged between them, hums, Jesus Loves Me, a thin veil over the simmering chaos. Pastor Joe, drenched in sweat, nervously states, We are running a bit behind schedule. Gloria retorts sarcastically, Can we please get some AC in here before we all start smelling like offering baskets? In the cluttered church office, Pastor Joe collapses onto the couch, overwhelmed by the day's events. Gloria stands defiantly, a smirk playing on her lips as she retorts, Well, you were talking about the stubborn woman in Proverbs. What did you expect? Dora leans against the doorframe, her knowing look adding fuel to the fire as she observes. The congregation certainly seemed to enjoy it. Joe Jr. squirms under the scrutiny, lamenting, And did you have to compare me to Jonah? Again, Pastor Joe theatrically commands the pulpit, his gestures as grand as his voice. Gloria, seated in the front pew, subtly mocks the sermon with a barely noticeable eye roll. Dora's fingers dance across her phone, her live tweets painting a sarcastic portrait of the service. Oscar drifts through the congregation, gifting superhero fantasies to the oblivious attendees. Bathed in sunlight, the family emerges from the church, momentarily blinded by the sudden brightness. A cluster of aunties gathers, their hushed voices buzzing with gossip as they observe Gloria. Joe Jr., radiating enthusiasm, is cornered by an auntie who praises his entrepreneurial spirit. Oscar stumbles on the steps, arms flailing wildly as he loses his balance. With a resounding crash, Oscar collides with the collection plate stand, sending coins scattering across the pavement. The car's interior pulsates with unspoken tension as Pastor Joe nervously watches his family. Dora escapes the family's discord, seeking refuge in the sanctuary of her music. Joe Jr. remains detached, engrossed in the tangible rewards of his labor. Oscar's innocent question cuts through the noise. Why were the coins in the plate? The question ignites a fresh eruption of bickering, the concept of tithing now the battleground. In the sun-drenched kitchen, Gloria orchestrates a symphony of flavors, deftly preparing jollof rice and plantain. Pastor Joe, in a burst of goodwill, inadvertently transforms the kitchen into a comical disaster zone. Dora, the modern chronicler, immortalizes the kitchen's chaotic ballet for her captivated TikTok audience. Joe Jr., a mischievous glint in his eyes, plots a covert heist of golden plantain slices, seizing a moment of perceived invisibility. Oscar, the silent artist, infuses the setting with childlike enchantment, adorning each plate with his vibrant superhero drawings. The kitchen pulses with warmth and life, a vivid tableau of familial affection and playful chaos. Sunlight floods the dining room as Pastor Joe gathers his family around the table, the rich aroma of jollof rice promising a delightful meal. Dora, ever the influencer, captures the perfect #blessed, #food porn moment with her phone. Joe Jr. eyes his meager portion with suspicion, exclaiming, "Is this all I get? I am starving." Completely lost in his own fantastical world, Oscar enthusiastically devours his meal, punctuating each bite with imaginary laser sounds. Sunlight spills into a cluttered living room as Pastor Joe attempts to initiate a serious conversation. Dora, lost in her phone, ignores him, while Joe Jr. is absorbed in explosive video game action, controller gripped tightly. Oscar, dressed as Captain Amazing, strikes a dramatic pose, disrupting the already chaotic scene. Gloria, weary, tunes into a brightly colored Nollywood movie, its melodramatic music filling the room. In the chaotic realm of Joe Jr.'s room, illuminated by a laptop's glow, Joe Jr. is consumed by a video call, his gestures animated as he negotiates a deal. Dora enters, her eyes darting impatiently as she demands, "Joe, have you seen my charger? I need it now." As their argument escalates, Oscar bursts into the room dressed as Spider-Man, tripping over a cable while reaching for the window. Chaos ensues as the router's power cord is yanked from the wall, plunging Joe Jr.'s world into silence and freezing his laptop screen. "No! What did you do?" he cries out. Dora, illuminated by her laptop, gushes to her friends. "OMG, he's like totally dreamy." Gloria enters, a storm cloud brewing over her head as she pleads, "Dora, could you please turn that down? I'm trying to read." Dora retorts dismissively, "Ugh, Mom, can't you see I'm busy?" Gloria's frustration peaks as she criticizes, "That noise you call music? And those clothes? Honestly, Dora, some things never go out of style." Dora fires back, says the woman's still rocking shoulder pads. "It's called fashion, look it up." Oscar bursts in, a pint-sized Spider-Man announcing, "Fear not, fair maiden, Spider-Man is here. Dora, be my damsel in distress." In the softly lit bedroom, Pastor Joe sits wearily on the bed's edge. Gloria's gentle hands offer solace as she begins to massage his shoulders. "Long day, honey?" Pastor Joe sighs, loosening his tie as he says, "You have no idea. Trying to keep the youth group on the straight and narrow is like herding cats." Gloria chuckles softly. "Tell me about it. Maria is experimenting with eyeliner again. I thought we were past that phase." Pastor Joe turns slightly, his expression softening as he says, "It's a constant battle, isn't it? Trying to guide them, while also letting them find their own way." Gloria's voice is filled with love as she responds, "Oh, Joe." In the quiet of the night, Gloria busies herself in the warmly lit kitchen, the soft clatter of dishes her only company. Pastor Joe enters, his white suit bearing the gentle marks of a day well spent, his smile a beacon of affection for Gloria. Gloria teases, "Late night, huh? Couldn't resist my famous midnight snack?" "Guilty as charged," Pastor Joe responds, his eyes twinkling. "Besides, I wanted to spend a little more time with my beautiful wife." Gloria reminisces with a smile. "Oh, Joe, you always know what to say. Remember that time you tried to bake me a cake for my birthday? It looked like a mudslide." Bathed in the soft glow of the television, the family gathers, their faces alight with shared joy. Dora and Joe Jr.'s playful hands meet as they reach for the remote, a light-hearted struggle filling the air. Oscar sits nestled safely between Pastor Joe and Gloria, clutching his Spider-Man plushie, finding comfort in the warmth of his family. Laughter echoes through the living room as they lose themselves in the movie, a rare moment of peace enveloping them all. Sunlight bathes the church as Pastor Joe delivers his sermon with fiery passion. Family unity is like a sturdy ship sailing through life's storms. We must hold fast to each other, just as we have always done, Joe proclaims. Gloria listens intently, her unwavering gaze locked on Pastor Joe. Dora rolls her eyes almost imperceptibly, a secret smile dancing on her lips. Amidst the congregation, Oscar, dressed as Spider-Man, waves with boundless enthusiasm. Beneath the warm Sunday sun, the church lawn transforms into a vibrant potluck gathering. Gloria orchestrates the feast, ensuring every guest is well fed and content. Pastor Joe greets each attendee with a heartfelt smile and a welcoming handshake. Dora and Joe Jr. move through the crowd, their service a testament to family devotion. Oscar, with booming voice, enthralls a circle of children with tales of heroic exploits. Laughter and fellowship abound, painting a portrait of community and joy on this blessed afternoon. In the sun-drenched church office, Pastor Joe addresses the church elders, the weight of financial concerns etched on their faces. Gloria presents the grim financial reality, her tablet displaying the stark figures of the church's deficit. Elder 1 suggests a painful sacrifice, postponing the youth center project, a proposal met with Pastor Joe's reluctance. As the discussion deepens, Elder 2 proposes scaling down the youth center, while Gloria pledges to explore fundraising avenues, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the financial strain. Pastor Joe states that they need to be responsible. The kitchen glows warmly as Gloria stands by the stove, stirring a pot of vibrant red sauce, the heart of a family tradition. Dora stands overwhelmed by the array of ingredients, questioning, "I'm trying, Auntie Gloria, but there are so many spices. How do you keep track?" Gloria smiles, offering wisdom. "It comes with practice, my dear. A pinch of this, a dash of that. It's all about feeling. Now, taste this." Dora tastes the sauce, a moment of realization dawning as she admits, "It's good, but it's not quite like yours. It's missing something." In the radiant classroom, Joe Jr. stands proudly beside his colorful trifold display, ready to share his heartfelt presentation. His classmates and Ms. Appleby gather around, their eyes fixed on Joe, anticipation filling the air. With a genuine smile, Joe gestures enthusiastically, his voice filled with pride as he declares, "And that's why, even though my dad's cooking sometimes tastes like burnt rubber, and my sister borrows my stuff without asking, we're still a team. We're a family." Miss Appleby beams with pride, her eyes sparkling as she praises, "That was wonderful, Joe. A truly heartfelt and insightful presentation. You've clearly put a lot of thought into this." The classroom is bathed in warm sunlight, dust motes dancing in the air, creating a magical, supportive atmosphere. Joe Jr.'s presentation concludes, leaving a profound sense of unity and warmth within the classroom. The school stage transforms into a spectacle of youthful exuberance as Oscar, our unconventional Spider-Man, bursts onto the scene. In a whirlwind of exaggerated leaps, Oscar defies the script, captivating the audience with his unique charm. With a playful grin, Oscar proclaims, "Fear not, citizens. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is here." He continues, "But today, I am not just stopping crime. I am also delivering pizza. Extra cheese for everyone." The audience erupts in laughter and applause, fully embracing Oscar's spontaneous and heartwarming performance. Sunlight warms Pastor Joe's cluttered office as he listens with empathy to Sarah and Mark, their faces shadowed by worry. Sarah nervously twists the tissue, her voice tight with emotion. "It just feels like we're constantly fighting. We can't seem to agree on anything anymore." Mark stares blankly, echoing her despair. "I don't know. It's like we're speaking different languages. I feel like I'm not even being heard. Pastor Joe leans forward, his voice a soothing balm. Marriage is a journey, not a destination. Gloria sits beneath the warm glow of a desk lamp, her brow furrowed in concentration as she navigates a sea of financial statements and church bulletins. The desk is cluttered with the tools of her dual life, spreadsheets reflecting her accounting work, interspersed with bulletins announcing church events. The sudden ring of the telephone cuts through the stillness, momentarily breaking her focus. Pastor Joe's voice fills the line. Gloria, I just wanted to call and say how much we appreciate all the hard work and dedication you put in. Sunlight floods the church through stained glass windows, a divine glow illuminating the sacred space. Gloria raises her baton, a conductor of souls, ready to lead the choir in harmonious praise. Dora and Joe Jr. stand shoulder to shoulder, their voices joining in a powerful chorus of faith. Oscar, a whirlwind of joy, dances in the aisles, his movements a silent hymn of happiness. The choir members smile, their faces lit by Oscar's infectious joy and the unifying power of music. The church bursts with warmth as families gather, their festive attire glowing under the soft lights of the Christmas tree. Dora and Joe Jr., dressed in simple costumes, stand nervously among their peers, awaiting their moment to shine. Oscar squirms in his angel costume, the halo askew, his discomfort a stark contrast to the joyous atmosphere. Pastor Joe's voice fills the sacred space. And so, my brothers and sisters, let us remember that Christmas is not just about the presents under the tree, but about the presence of love in our hearts. His words echo, reminding everyone that it's about giving, forgiveness, and the joy of togetherness. Candlelight bathes the church in a reverent glow as faces turn upwards, lost in prayer. Pastor Joe's voice fills the sacred space, guiding hearts in reflection. Let us bow our heads and give thanks for the blessings we have received, and seek guidance for the path ahead. In hushed tones, prayers of gratitude and hope intermingle, weaving a tapestry of faith within the church walls. In the heart of the church, Gloria stands tall, radiant with purpose, guiding her small flock through the sacred texts. Her voice resonates with unwavering conviction, her gaze connecting with each soul, igniting a spark of understanding. Gloria speaks with gentle authority. So, as we discussed, applying these principles isn't always easy. It requires constant reflection and a willingness to adjust our perspectives. Joe Jr.'s room bursts with handcrafted wonders, a testament to his boundless creativity. Joe Jr. is deeply absorbed in his laptop, his brow furrowed in intense concentration. Dora is beside him, idly scrolling through her phone, seemingly lost in her digital world. Oscar stands near the door, a messenger bag slung casually over his shoulder, ready to depart. Dora sits at her desk, a sanctuary of creativity, bathed in the gentle glow of the afternoon sun. The room bursts with vibrant colors and the promise of creation as she meticulously sketches a new dress. Her brow furrows in concentration, each stroke a testament to her dedication. The rhythmic whir of the sewing machine fills the air as Dora expertly stitches pieces of fabric together. Each garment is a reflection of her unique style and vision, a wearable piece of art. From off-screen, Gloria's voice echoes with encouragement. Dora, you have a real talent. You should follow your dreams, you know? Pastor Joe sits in his sunlit office, a worn Bible his only companion. His eyes search the sacred text, a quest for divine inspiration. In quiet desperation, he closes his eyes, seeking solace and guidance from above. Pastor Joe whispers a heartfelt prayer. Holy Spirit, I need your guidance. Fill me with your wisdom. Speak through me, Lord. In a brightly lit classroom, Pastor Joe and Gloria sit across from Oscar's teacher, sunlight casting a warm glow on the scene. Teacher leans forward, her expression thoughtful. Oscar is a bright student, but he's been having some trouble focusing in class lately. Pastor Joe nods, his brow furrowed slightly. We've noticed that at home too. He seems a bit distracted. Gloria adds, her tone concerned. Is there anything we can do to help him improve his concentration? The church hall bursts with life as, support our mission. Banners flutter, a beacon of hope and unity. Tables overflow with tempting baked goods and raffle tickets, inviting all to partake in the spirit of giving. Amidst the flurry, a close-knit family moves with purpose, their faces glowing with dedication. At the entrance, donation jars beckon, while a hand-painted sign proudly displays the fundraising goal, igniting collective ambition. Each contribution, big or small, carries the weight of shared dreams and the promise of a brighter future. The hall resonates with laughter and camaraderie, a testament to the strength of community and the power of collective effort. In the sterile hospital room, Anna holds Mr. Henderson's hand, her touch gentle as she says, "We've been thinking about you, Mr. Henderson. The whole church has." Mr. Henderson smiles weakly, his eyes filled with gratitude. "That's very kind of you, Anna. It means a lot." Mark stands behind Anna, his hand resting supportively on her shoulder. "Pastor said everyone's praying for you. We're all hoping you'll be back with us soon." Lily steps forward, holding out a colorful card. "I made you a card, Mr. Henderson. It has a picture of a puppy on it. Under the bright lights of home, a family gathers around a table, a sense of seriousness permeating the air. The family gathers to discuss important issues. A voice narrates, unseen but ever present. The family listens to each other's words, each perspective weaving into the collective understanding. Concerns are shared, decisions are forgita, united front against the challenges that lie ahead. They practice effective communication and conflict resolution. The narration continues, emphasizing the strength and unity. Pastor Joe's voice fills the sacred space, urging all to express their heartfelt gratitude for divine blessings. The families bow their heads in unison, reflecting on the past year's blessings. Let us all take a moment to express our deepest gratitude for the blessings God has bestowed upon us, Pastor Joe proclaims. The family has opened their home, sharing their blessings and celebrating the spirit of gratitude and generosity with everyone around them. Dora, full of energy, adjusts a shimmering angel costume, her movements quick and precise. Joe Jr., with unwavering focus, meticulously arranges a collection of props on a makeshift table. Oscar lies peacefully in a manger, swaddled in a blanket, oblivious to the flurry of activity around him. The vibrant scene unfolds, a harmonious blend of festive decorations and focused preparations. The church is alive with the anticipation of the Christmas play, a symphony of light, color, and quiet dedication. In the serene embrace of the church, soft light dances through stained glass, casting a peaceful glow upon families gathered in anticipation. The air, rich with the comforting sense of pine and candle wax, sets the stage for a night of sacred celebration. Pastor Joe steps forward, his warm smile radiating genuine joy as he prepares to share a message of hope and love. Tonight, we gather to celebrate the birth of hope, the embodiment of love. He implores the congregation to open their hearts to the spirit of Christmas. Let the spirit of Christmas fill your hearts and guide you through the coming year. United in voice and spirit, the family joins the choir, their voices rising in harmonious chorus, celebrating the timeless carols of Christmas. Faces glow with the soft radiance of candlelight, reflecting the profound joy and shared connection of this holy night. Bathed in the cozy glow of Christmas lights, the home radiates warmth and festive cheer. Laughter and joyful chatter fill the air as the family gathers, their faces alight with merriment. Brightly wrapped gifts are exchanged, each one a token of love and heartfelt connection. The aroma of a delectable Christmas feast drifts from the kitchen, promising a shared indulgence. Heartfelt moments are shared as the family comes together in the spirit of the season. The home is filled with the magic of Christmas, Under the warm sunlight, volunteers and families unite, creating a haven of hope and support. The air vibrates with children's laughter as they joyfully try on new clothes, their faces radiating pure delight. The family works together, hands outstretched, distributing supplies with hearts full of warmth. Kind words of encouragement are spoken, wrapping around the recipients like a comforting embrace. The spirit of generosity flows freely, connecting hearts and fostering a sense of belonging. In this shared moment of kindness, the community thrives, strengthened by unity and compassion. Sunlight floods the church through stained glass windows, bathing the Easter Sunday service in a celestial glow. Pastor Joe stands at the pulpit, his face alight with conviction as he proclaims, "And so, we celebrate the miracle of the resurrection. Jesus Christ, who died for our sins, has risen." He continues with fervor, declaring, "He has conquered death, and through him, we too shall have eternal life." The family sits reverently in their pew, their faces reflecting the profound message of hope and renewal. The scent of lilies fills the air, mingling with the rustle of hymnals as the church resonates with the spirit of Easter. Gloria, with a radiant smile, serves a generous helping of jollof rice, accompanied by golden brown fried plantain. Pastor Joe, filled with gratitude, exclaims, "Looking around at all of you, even with all the chaos, I just have to thank God for my family." Dora chimes in playfully, "The slightly holy family, if I may add." Joe Jr. jests, adding a touch of humor, "with technical issues." Oscar joins in, exclaiming, "Holy family Wahala."